So in this video, we're going to see Jasmine Crockett go absolutely mental on Marjorie Taylor Greene and DOGE simply just for trying to do over the American people. Let's watch it. I might give you my thoughts throughout, but I'll definitely break it down and unpack it in full towards the end.
Thank you. I now recognize the gentlewoman from Texas, Ms. Crockett, for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. It should not be surprising that the president is doing everything possible to make it more difficult for the media to hold him accountable and for the public to be informed about his reckless and illegal behavior. Yet here we are. The Republicans have actually organized this goofy hearing to try to convince the American people that PBS and NPR are, quote, domestic terrorists or domestic threats, my apologies, not the incompetent, unqualified Secretary of Defense who's texting war plans to journalists. But it's y'all, PBS and NPR, the American people are supposed to be worried about. You can't make this up. It's as stupid as it sounds. The American people should be worried about the president threatening to investigate NBC for treason for reporting on his felony convictions, or arresting reporters and stripping networks of their licenses for not saying nice things about him or not using Gulf of America. The Republicans' witness, Mr. Gonzalez, went so far as to suggest that because NPR and PBS reported on the murder of George Floyd, they, quote, represent a danger to our physical health as well as to civic health of our body politics. Ms. Mayor, do you think reporting on the murder of George Floyd and highlighting instances of systemic racism is a domestic threat to America?
Thank you, Congresswoman. I believe it's our responsibility to report on all issues of interest to the American public.
Thank you so much. Ms. Kerger, what about you?
I agree. I think it's important for us to report on the important news of the day.
So let's talk about the critical role of public media. During his first term, President Trump's own Department of Homeland Security highlighted the importance of public broadcasting's role in public safety. In 2018, his administration stated, quote, PBS and local public television stations play a crucial role in protecting communities by delivering essential information to individuals and first responders. These benefits are all made possible by public broadcasting stations' unique reach, reliability, and role across America, and are especially vital in rural and underserved areas. Madam Chairwoman, I would ask unanimous consent. I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the 2018
Without objection, so ordered.
And Madam Chair, I also seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the 2019 report titled Modernizing the Nation's Public Alert and Warning System from Trump's.
Without objection, so ordered.
In the report, FEMA encouraged, quote, the use of public broadcast capabilities to expand alert, warning, and communication capabilities to fill gaps in rural and underserved areas. Mr. Ullman, what's a more significant domestic threat, reporting the murder of George Floyd or dismantling most of America's emergency communication systems?
Can you please repeat the question for me, Congresswoman?
Which one is more of a threat? Reporting the murder of George Floyd or dismantling most of America's emergency communication systems?
Dismantling the emergency systems.
And isn't it true that in Barrow, Alaska is the only, isn't it true that KBRWAM in Barrow, Alaska is the only broadcast service available in an area of more than 90,000 square miles?
That is correct. It's also the North Slope, where the majority of all the oil production that comes from Alaska takes place.
Thank you so much. And isn't it true that without these stations' broadcast, Americans in rural communities would lack access to life-saving information and public safety alerts?
That is correct.
So in your opinion, would eliminating funding for stations in rural America like WNGH, Channel 18, and the Chairwoman's District hurt Americans?
It would hurt Americans, yes.
In fact, Georgia Public Broadcasting serves as the official distributor of evacuation route information during state-ordered evacuations, and the chairwoman is here advocating to strip their funding. Look, the DOGE agenda isn't about government efficiency. It's about breeding corruption at the expense of the safety of the American people, particularly Americans living in rural or remote parts of the country. They don't care about public safety. They don't care about emergency management, and they don't care about free speech, all of which are harming American people. In fact, I'm going to skip off real quick because they have tried to come for you, Ms. Mayor. And I just want to clarify, you did not work for NPR when those statements were made, did you?
That is correct, Madam
And to
Chair.
be clear, free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is bullshit. We need to stop playing because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else. And the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the
The gentlewoman's time has expired. The
Jasmine Crockett bringing the fire in this stupid DOGE hearing. And you know, the reality is we know that it's stupid, and the reason why we know that it is simply because the chairwoman is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now look, there's a few things that it is that Crockett said in this breakdown that really kind of stood out to myself. First and foremost, all of this nonsense with PBS and NPR. Look, we've said it multiple times on this channel. Donald Trump is trying to turn the United States into a dictatorship. You know, that's exactly what it is, because that's what a dictator does. They try and cancel and try and remove anybody who speaks bad against them or that tries to speak against anything that it is that conflicts with their agenda. That's one of the things that we've always known. And that's exactly what it is that Donald Trump is doing. So he's literally trying to put that out. And as we know, MAGA and the whole of his base, they're going to follow along because simply just because of the fact that they're followers, they're not leaders, and they live within an echo chamber. So everything that it is that they're, you know, Lord and Savior Donald Trump says, they're going to follow it. That's exactly what it is that they're going to do. Now, the biggest problem and the biggest thing for me is that, you know, you've got a bunch of people that are on the right that have literally for so long have flown this flag of free speech. You literally had JD Vance come across to Europe, where it is where I am, and try and lecture everybody about the fact that lack of free speech is something that is going to, you know, lead to a bigger problem for us. But you actively have his boss who is literally trying to take down and destroy free speech. That's exactly what it is that you've got. Now, the constant things that it is that Donald Trump tries to do to undermine democracy and to undermine the media as well, as long as it's the media who don't agree with him, it's something that is really quite worrying. And it's something that we shouldn't even be shocked about, but he's really going for it. And the part that makes things more crazy for me is the fact that, guys, there's literally like more than 4.5 years left of this complete nonsense. There's literally more than 4.5 years left of it. So the reality is we've got a lot more that he's going to be trying to do. And the reality is that could massively, massively affect what it is that we try to do in terms of how it is that we move forward. This is the big problem with what it is that Donald Trump's trying to do. Now, when she spoke about DOGE and what it is that DOGE is trying to do, it's 1,000% factual. DOGE is not about government efficiency at all. It's definitely about the rich enriching themselves even more and people that are on the right setting up America for how it is that they want it to be moving forward. That's exactly what it is. And the craziest part is this: people that live in the rural areas, like Miss Crockett spoke about in the video, these are the people that are going to be affected the most. But I can probably guarantee these Americans that are in the rural areas, these are probably people who are MAGA till they die. These are the people that are MAGA till they die, and they will literally fight for MAGA regardless of what happens. Literally. What Donald Trump is doing, what Elon Musk is doing, and DOGE is crazy stuff. It really is. And something needs to be done. I mean, I always say it. I literally only see one Democrat really out here fighting. You know, you can see Bernie Sanders and AOC going around doing these oligarchy tours. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I like AOC, I like Bernie Sanders, but I don't know what the strategy is behind what they're trying to do. Because I don't think Bernie's going to run for president. I don't think he's going to do that. Are they laying the foundations for AOC to run in 2028? I don't know. But I'm interested. Like, I haven't shut the door on it. I don't have the thought process that they're just out just being busy. I just don't know what the aim is. And I really do need to understand it. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know, what's AOC and Bernie Sanders' strategy? What's the play? Where are they going with this? I'll be really interested and intrigued to hear your guys' thoughts. All right, guys, if you want to support the channel, consider hitting the join button, becoming a member of the channel. Go down, hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And hit the thumbs up button purely for the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate you guys. And like I said, let me know your thoughts below because I really want to know what you guys are thinking. I'll see you guys in the next one.